Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to, talk about Monday Night Raw. So let's get right into it. I'm recording this after I've done the Cowboys recap. So, yeah, let's just get right into Monday Night Raw. I just want to get this shit done. First show with fucking Cowboys tonight. So I just want to get this recap done. So, on the heels of a Saturday night's main event that saw a new World Heavyweight Champion crowned, CM Punk, WWE rolled into Rio Rancho tonight, New Mexico, for a jam-packed episode of Raw that featured the start of the Bellator Survivor Series on November 29th in Petco in San Diego. Must be good to have a big event there at some point. Sorry, I had to throw some shade at San Diego. But yeah, we'll see what went down in the ring and the mic, what yada yada yada. Let's get right into it. And they're actually entering their final PLE of the year, so let's see what happened tonight. On tonight's November 3rd edition of Monday Night Raw. So the announcing in advance for the show. You know, CM Punk promo, Penta versus El Grande Americano. I don't see how really people are invested in that, to be honest, because I'm not. I just haven't been a fan of it. I'm just not too much into the El Grande Americano character. Sorry. Bayley and Lyra versus Asuka and Kairi Sane. World Tag Team Championship match. Rematch here between AJ Styles, Dragon Lee, Finn Balor, and JD. And then Stephanie and Nikki versus Roxanne and Raquel. So let's start off here. CM Punk, he celebrates his championship win. Saturday night's main event, the new world champion CM Punk kicked off Monday's show, hitting the ring to address the WWE faithful on his first night with the gold back in his possession. He thanked his wife AJ and the man he defeated to regain the gold, Jey Uso. He said 3 minutes was not enough time to hold on to the gold, so he's going to have to make sure he holds on to it a hell of a lot longer. If you come back and get in my business, I will put you back on the couch, Punk warned Seth freaking Rollins. Punk called out the Vision as threats, but brought up AJ Styles, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, Finn Balor, Sheamus, and John Cena as guys he wants to fight because they have earned and deserve a championship opportunity. Logan Paul interrupted, though, causing Punk to exclaim, "Anyone but you." Paul stated his case for Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. May their presence felt they issued a warning to Punk and Paul, the later of whom did not flinch at the prospect of earning a beatdown from the Vision. Breaker claimed Heyman brought everyone else 2 weeks of life and that he is coming for the World Heavyweight Championship. Paul teased walking out on Punk but returned to the squared circle only to endure a beatdown at the hands of the Vision. Punk cleared the ring of the villains to wrap up this 26-minute promo segment. It's one I complain about with WWE. They start these shows the same way. A long promo. Okay, look, this was solid, but 26 minutes. This is an abnormally long promo segment. This was an abnormally long promo segment right out of the Monday Night Raw Wars. It was 26 minutes of talk, but unlike other bloated promo trains, this at least was interesting in one segment. Breaker reintroduced himself, to the world title picture, and Paul became more interesting, I guess, than he has been at least a year. The YouTuber, when insulted and threatened, stuck up for what was right in the moment. He fought back against the Vision. Is he a babyface or a heel? Is he legitimately in this title hunt? That there are those many questions surrounding that guy is evidence that this worked, I guess, but are they really going to try and turn Logan Paul a babyface? Come on, dude. It's not. The fans aren't going to cheer him as a babyface. That wouldn't make no sense. Stephanie and Nikki Bella versus Roxanne and Raquel. So, born of last week's confrontation, they had a confrontation. This match ended up happening. During the commercial break, the heels isolated Bella and cut her off from her partner, targeting her head and neck area to gain the upper hand. Tornado DDT. Finally created separation, allow her to make the tag. Back here, Stephanie. Back here exploded into the match, taking a fight to her opponents. The baby faces continue to roll with the champion teasing Devil's Kiss on the ring apron. Anyways, Rodriguez blocked it though. Slammed back here into the hardest part of the ring. She had a cheap shot. Bella Perez scored the win for the heels with the Pop Rocks to the Hall of Famer. Pinned her, 1, 2, 3. Roxanne Raquel defeats Stephanie and Nikki. I thought this was solid for what it was. You know, there's a ton of energy to this, and the crowd even granted one portion of the contest with a chance of this is awesome, actually, at one point. But there was some sloppiness down the stretch to hurt the impact of the finish, though. It's nice to see Judgment Day score another win here while I guess Nikki's continued failures likely set the stage for a heel turn to give Stephanie an opponent for the title. I mean, am I really that interested in seeing Nikki Bella in 2025 compete for the title? I don't know. I mean, she's good looking still, don't get me wrong, but I mean, this was a solid match. I even got this as an awesome chance at one point. I mean, it's better than Nikki's first few matches since she's come back, but I don't know if this is going to really help Stephanie that much, but we'll see. If this is the way they're going, which I'm assuming is going to happen, inevitably. Then backstage, CM Punk asked Uso if he could trust him. Uso reassured him in a tag match. Pitting Punk and Uso against Regan Breaker appeared to be set. Not great. Man, I can't wait for the same match we get in the main event every week. Whether it's CM Punk and Uso versus the Vision, or this person versus the Vision. Can't wait, man. Penta versus El Grande Americano. Penta defeated Americano. There was a promo video hyping up the Kabuki Warriors for this, but whereas the preceding match suffered from a disjointed spot or two down the stretch, this one was hurt by overbooking involving Los Americanos. It took away from what was a fairly strong match up to that point. Just hate when WWE has all these interferences at times and just ruins the match. Penta's score was a nice bounce-back victory here while the heels lose nothing in defeat. It was a fun, inoffensive use of TV time, though the fallout will still be important to Penta, who is still prominently featured, but feels as though he has lost momentum compared to where he was earlier in the year. Man, Triple H always fumbles, but whatever. Dominic had a promo, fresh off his nice, successful defense of the Intercontinental Championship. So he hit the ring for a promo and wasted no time claiming there's no one who could stop him. Enter Rey Mysterio, who returned after a long battle with a foot injury. 2023 Hall of Famer took exception to his son claiming to be the king of luchadors, calling an insult to El Santo, Blue Demon, and Eddie Guerrero. Dirty Dom claimed to be better than all of them and more importantly knows who he is better than his father. You can disrespect me all you want, but I won't let you disrespect Lucha Libre, he warned his son. The elder warned that as long as he is around, Dom will never be the king of luchadors. Into the segment by blocking a cheap shot delivered to 619. This was fun. Fun promo segment that did not reinvent the wheel, but it reintroduced the father-son rivalry just in time for the massive premium live event coming up in November 20-something. I think it's like 29th or something. Taking over their hometown of San Diego. Expect that match to make its way on that card eventually. The crowd was red hot for this with the heels' ability to control the crowd on full display. Love Dominic controlling the crowd. They go boo. But yeah, this was fun. Becky Lynch's words of warning. She jumped on the announce table unexpectedly and cut a scathing promo in the last few weeks of her life, including the injuries to her husband Seth Rollins, Adam Pearce sending her home, and Maxine Dupree thinking for a second that she's in the same league as the Man. She sent a warning to Dupree before welcoming. I can't talk. Welcoming. I'm done. I can't talk. Her to the welcoming to her to the big time. Sorry, I couldn't get that out for some reason. No. A nod to her former big time Bex character. On her way up the ramp, she had an interesting confrontation with the Kabuki Warriors, potentially hinting at a partnership, possibly in time for Survivor Series War Games on the 29th of this month. You know, I thought this was actually really damn good. She's one of the best promo. She can be really a promo when she wants to, especially as a heel. I felt she's better suited as a heel at this point in her career than a babyface. And the fact that she could hit as many topics as she did in this relatively short segment is reflective of it. She was excellent as she seethed over Dupree and the corrupt referee trying to keep her down, but it was equal parts hilarious and serious when it needed to be. Speaking of which, she mentioned that the only good thing to come out of New Mexico was a TV show about how much meth you do in relation to Breaking Bad. Even had Wade Barrett cracking up. But yeah, this was actually pretty good. Bayley and Lyra versus Asuka and Kairi Sane. Pretty solid tag team match here. Kabuki Warriors defeat Bayley and Lyra. And after the match, the heels teased a beatdown of Charlotte and Alexa until Charlotte and Alexa made the save. All 4 women in this match are legitimately awesome and legitimately among the best in-ring competitors on the roster. They delivered a strong match that may have done a little too fancy for its own good, but executed the finish to perfection. The rival of Alexa and Bliss. Afterward, continued to hint at a potential triple threat match for the women's tag team championship in the near future. This happened backstage. A frustrated Dominic interrupted his Judgment Day teammates. Finn Balor and JD told him he would have to deal with it himself because they had tag team titles to win. Roxanne sent Mysterio down, offered some advice, and kept alive the inevitable showdown between her and Liv Morgan, I guess for his affection. The World Tag Team Championship match. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Judgment Day. This was a quality follow-up to the TV Match of the Year candidate from 2 weeks ago between these teams. The action was top-notch. Story Mysterio trying but failing his teammates again will only propel the Judgment Day story forward, and Sheamus is interjected in the IC title picture where he will have a chance to win the one title that has eluded him he hasn't won before. And then backstage, Paul Heyman attempted to manipulate Juso, failing early, but then played to his ego and the idea that Uso has a vision of his own. Then the main event, CM Punk and Juso versus The Vision. Before this, Adam Pearce announced the first 2 opening matches of the Last Time Is Now tournament for next Monday. It's Rusev versus Damian Priest and Shit-Stain Nakamura versus Sheamus. Nick Aldis will draw the next 2 matches on Friday on SmackDown. This main event happened. It ended in a double count-out. Wow, shocker. Double count-out. So, get to the end here. Punk grabbed his steel chair to neutralize the heel, and Logan Paul returned to the ring to stand by the world champion, only to knock him unconscious with a pair of brass knuckles. He stared down the Vision before handing over the brass knuckles to Paul Heyman, seemingly aligning himself with the faction. Logan Paul with the Vision. Yeah, that gets me so excited, man. Yeah, this was a perfectly acceptable, albeit abbreviative match, not unlike others, like featuring the same cast of characters. Like, the fans were super into it as well. The post-match involving Logan Paul and his alignment with the Vision creates some intrigue for next week's show, I guess, like or not. That's all one can ask for from weekly WWE television, is to give something to look forward to for the next week. Maybe they'll give the fans some kind of question for next week. This was a marked improvement over Friday's flat SmackDown and Saturday night's main event, which felt like the coldest live event special the company's run in recent memory. From a hot promo segment to start things, to quality in-ring action out of the women's division, to Rey Mysterio returning to another stellar tag team title match. The ending angle was a bit predictable, Logan Paul aligning himself with Paul Heyman, which could be an interesting development. The seeds were playing for the Survivor Series. But we'll see what happens over the coming weeks. Until then, Raw remains the best weekly television show produced by WWE. I'll give this like a 7 out of 10. Thought it was solid. Looks like we have a much clearer path to War Games, with Logan Paul returning, Rey Mysterio and Dominic could possibly face off. But yeah. But it just doesn't matter who the champion is, though. No matter what, we're guaranteed the same main event, it feels like, every week. But yeah, that's really all I'll say for Monday Night Raw, so leave a like, subscribe for more. Till next time, I'm out. Peace, and have a good night.